All hell is breaking loose as Ukraine's President Zelenskyy continues to pound on Moscow, to pound down on St. Petersburg, to strike hard at these wildberry logistical facilities throughout Russia. Another major strike in the Vladimir region. Let me show you what went down there. This as the Trump regime continues to deprive Ukraine of the Patriot interceptors that Ukraine so desperately needs heading into the winter. Let me show you this scene right here. A rough morning, as Jay in Kyiv puts it, for Russia, where another wild berries facility is targeted in Russia's Vladimir region, the Vladimir Oblast, on a 170,000 square meter facility, $1 billion loss. Watch it unfold before your very eyes. Let's play this clip. And here's another angle of this strike right here. A Ukrainian drone, seems like it's the FP2 variant, maybe FP1, striking hard at this wild berries warehouse in the Vladimir region. Let's play this clip right here.
Вот он, пидор, блядь. Склад въебал, пидорас. Гондон, блядь.
Then more strikes taking place. This right here, a high-speed, more kamikaze drone were used in the strike that took place in the Wild Berries hub near Samara. And just so you understand, the Samara Oblast, this was right around Novzmenkino, and this is pretty far out right here, roughly 800 kilometers from the front lines right here. So you have the Vladimir Oblast, and then over here, you have the Samara Oblast. Let me show you what this attack looked like. Let's play it. Now, while that was taking place, while those strikes from Zelenskyy were taking place, you had the U.S. ambassador to NATO, Matthew Whitaker, saying the following about the Patriot production licenses for Ukraine. And he's admitting that the earliest that it could ever be done would be early winter, but it ain't gonna happen. So when Donald Trump was saying in NATO back a few weeks ago to Zelenskyy that we're going to give you these licenses, it was all a lie. As Warren Buffett says, you can't make any deal, especially a good deal, with bad people. You can't do it at all. Trump is a liar. And when Trump said to Zelenskyy, we're going to give you interceptor licenses, it was a lie. And I believe it traces back to the call that Trump had with Putin back on July 4th, a 90-minute call on America's 250th birthday. I personally believe, and I'm giving you my opinion, protected by the First Amendment. You can disagree with this opinion, of course, but that Trump and Putin were talking about tapping Zelenskyy along, making him think he was going to get the interceptors, and then rug pulling Zelenskyy and not giving him the interceptors. And so now you have Zelenskyy striking at these wild berry facilities and doing what he can, but even what he said, it's a very dark winter that could be expected right now, but he's trying whatever he can. Here, watch U.S. Ambassador NATO Matthew Whitaker. Let's play it.
Obviously, the most important thing right now is that the air defense that Ukraine needs to survive another winter is moved as quickly as possible, whether that's from our allies who have extra missiles or whether that's producing more in our own factories. And a long-term production deal is not going to be by this winter. And so we're going to keep working on it, but we're going to do first things first.
And I want to share with you this scene right here. And it's from the Zelenskyy region. By the way, Putin has a home here, believed to be like $1 billion home. And this is a very tragic scene. A Ukrainian drone hit a crowded beach near Zelenskyy, killing 6 people, 3 of them children. About 40 people were hurt. At least 17, maybe more, were hospitalized. And what you'll see here in this footage is the Ukrainian drone flying into beachgoers, but what appears to have happened was it was hitting a military target, or was heading towards a military target, and then the Russian anti-drone systems went off and they shot down the Ukrainian drone, or maybe jammed it or shot it down, and so the Ukrainian drone fell on the beach because it was being hit by the Russian anti-drone on the beach, and then it crashed into the people, versus shooting it when it maybe left over the people on the beach. Regardless, this is a tragic, tragic situation right here. I'll play you the first clip over here. Let's play it.
Why? So? Why?
And here's the second one over here, and just another angle of it as well. Real horrific stuff. Play this clip.
Huh?
Now, even though the United States is not providing Ukraine with Patriot interceptors, Ukraine has been able to successfully shoot down a lot of the Russian Shahed drones. This right here is footage of a French-supplied Mirage 2000 F5F in Ukrainian service, shooting down a Russian jet-powered Shahed attack drone. Let's play it. Show you this Russian fuel tanker convoy in Crimea being hit by the Ukrainian special forces right here. We'll show you the B-roll. You can see this convoy, one truck after another, heading into Crimea that was hit. And this is really part of Ukraine's strategy. You hit the trucking convoys, you hit the Wildberries logistical centers, which you saw. Of course, you hit the refineries. And then we have the video of the tankers, these Russian tankers getting hit very, very hard. I'll show you this footage right here. You can see the Ro-Ro cargo ship Nadzada burning at sea off Russia's port of Novorossiysk following a drone attack. Let's play it.
Ты тоже давай с носом.
Just so if you're wondering what these vessels that are attacked by the drones look like from the inside once they're hit by the Ukrainian drones, this is what it looked like right here, this Russian vessel from the inside. So you can see it for yourself right here. Let's play this clip. It's notable as well, though, and this is concerning, of course, from the perspective of Ukraine, which is, because they've run out of ballistic interceptors, it's very hard to stop the Russian ballistic missile barrages that have been taking place. And Russia usually sends them in 20, 30 ballistic missiles at the same time, then does some drone swarms, and then does some cruise missiles. And so Ukraine almost has to let these ballistic strike. They have no choice. They don't have the ability to intercept it. One of the things that we saw, so Ukraine struck a Iranian cargo ship. And so Iran was threatening to shoot ballistics at Ukraine. This is notable as well. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson said the following yesterday morning on the Ukrainian drone strike on the Iranian commercial vessel. The Ukrainian authorities, in the communication they had both directly with the foreign minister and in the messages they conveyed to us, emphasized that this action was unintentional. The evidence and very clear clues, including explicit statements made by the president of Ukraine, indicate that this attack was deliberate. We are waiting to see in practice whether they take any action that supports their claim of the crime being unintentional. We will certainly take any necessary action both to hold Ukraine accountable and to ensure that such an error and crime is not repeated by the Ukrainian side again. And that right there is coming directly from Iran's foreign minister. And it's fascinating from the Ukrainian perspective that they also realize that if they strike further, that could open up another front in the war. And they're observing Trump. And I think what happened was behind the scenes, at first, Zelenskyy thought when Trump was promising all of these things that that's actually what Trump wanted, because Trump was talking a big game about Iran. And then Trump, after making all of these threats to Iran, did what Trump always does, which is back down, which, by the way, we should never have been involved in this catastrophic and unlawful war with Netanyahu in the first place. Let me be very clear. Trump's a war criminal. Netanyahu's a war criminal. We should never have been involved in this ever, full stop, period. But I think Zelenskyy viewed it as this was something that would actually be helpful. And then Trump is is erratic and demented. And so I think Ukraine pulled back and we don't have the ability to strike down even the Iranian ballistics at this point. So why open up another front, even though Iran's providing the Shahed drones to Russia? I do want to mention this as well. A few concerning things, internal politics wise in Ukraine, and our Ukrainian viewers know I don't sugarcoat things here on the MeidasTouch network. Zelenskyy still getting a lot of backlash for firing the former very popular defense minister Fedorov. People in Ukraine are still really upset about that. There's been a lot of shuffling of top level positions. First, Zelenskyy got rid of Fedorov because the commander-in-chief wanted Fedorov gone. Then people protested that. So then Zelenskyy got rid of the commander-in-chief. So he fired both the defense minister and the commander-in-chief. And then the ambassador to the United States just announced her resignation. Ola Stefanshina was dismissed from her post. She claims it was her own decision, but it seems like she was pushed out. And so you've got a lot of turmoil actually going on right now on the Ukrainian side. They are striking hard over there, and there does seem to be this big concern now. What are they going to do in the winter? And a lot of this seems to be kind of coming from that because Trump promised the interceptors and isn't giving it. So a lot going on. We'll keep you posted every step of the way as always. But you've got those strikes in Moscow, strikes in St. Petersburg, strikes in Samara, strikes in Vladimir, strikes on that beach property, which killed multiple people and injured a lot. You tell me what you think in the comments, but we want to give you the full picture and show you the footage. Hat tip Kate from Kharkiv, hat tip Kershawn Cat, hat tip Matt 26, hat tip Jay and Kiev, hat tip Steve Luckner, hat tip Open Source Intelligence Technical. These are doing great work aggregating this as well. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you.
Hey, if you want the full story, how democracy got here and how we take it back, pre-order our new book, WTF America, today. Just scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Let's do this.